YouTube. This is Miss Cherry B, and what I'll be doing today for you all is I'm gonna make a cake, bake a cake. It's gonna be called gelatin poke cake, a poke cake. And first, let me go over the ingredients with you all. Okay, first you need white cake mix, and this is the one that I have from Betty Crocker, but you can use any white cake mix. And then next it says you're gonna need 1 cup of boiling water, and I believe the boiling water is for the Jello. And also you need 1 package of Jello, and they say strawberry, but you can use any flavor. And I'm making mine with cherry and lime because I want a Christmas, trying to make a little Christmas theme here. I'm gonna make 2 layers, so one will be cherry and the other one will be lime. I have made this quite a few times. And you'll need a 1/2 cup, it says, of cold water, and 1 tub of Cool Whip. So I have the Cool Whip. Okay, first I have to make the actual cake. So first you have to make the cake, bake the cake. And here are the ingredients for the cake, if you want to pause it to look the cake mix that I have. And if you able to make a white cake by scratch, you can do that as well, as long as it's white cake for this particular recipe. Okay, and it says I need 1 cup of water to make the cake mix, which I have over here. I have a cup of water, and also it says I need 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I don't want to spill it, but I do have it over here. And it says I need 3 egg whites or 3 whole eggs. So you have a choice. You can use the yolks, but if you don't want to use the yolks, you don't have to. But they're in here. I don't want to spill it. I'm having a hard time showing you, but it's in here. It's 3 eggs are in here, and I'm using the yolk with mine. Okay, first of all, we have to bake this cake. So just gonna take this out. I already opened it. If you hear the noise in the background, I'm in my kitchen, so you may hear the heater, you may hear the ice maker. We have an individual ice maker, and it makes quite a bit of noise. So first you pour the cake mix in here. This is what the ingredients say. It says, let me put on my glasses to read to you all. Okay. First of all, it says heat your oven to 350, and then or 325 for a non-stick pan, or if you're using a metal or glass pan, it says 350. I never heard of that as far as the different pans to heat your oven differently. But and they say the grease to bottom only. Pan or bottom and sides of all pans. I have greased them, and I put a little flour in mine. I'm just used to that. Basically, I do that with my cakes, and I got that from my mother. Okay, so then it says, that's number 1. And of course, I know you all can read this, but I'm just going through it since I'm baking this poke cake. And then it says, mix the cake mix water or and egg whites in large bowl with mixer on medium speed, or beat vigorously by hand 2 minutes, and then pour into pan. Okay, so it's pretty simple. So I already put the cake mix in the bowl. Next, I'm going to put the water, which I have in here. So I'm going to pour the water into the bowl with the cake mix. Okay, and that was, how much water did I say? 1 cup of water. That was 1 cup. And then also it says you go ahead and put the oil in there as well. And my oil is in a measuring cup. And I'm trying to be careful not to spill it. But it's in this measuring cup, the oil. Go ahead and put that in there. And I'm using vegetable oil. I heard some people say if you use olive oil or a different type of oil, sometimes your cakes don't come out right. So, I don't know. But I just use vegetable oil for the cake. Usually when I'm cooking though, I use olive oil, avocado oil, different type oils. But for the cake, I'm using vegetable oil. And then it says, okay, after you mix the water, oil, and egg in the large bowl with mixer or medium spoon for about 2 minutes. And then it says you bake as directed, number 3. So it has 1, 2, 3. Pretty simple. Okay, so let me go ahead and mix it. I have a spatula here. I'm just going to pour this chair. A spatula. I'm going to turn on my mixer. Hopefully it don't splatter. Let me kind of mix this because I have experienced stuff splattering before and I don't like that. So I'm just mixing it in a little bit before I even start the mixer. I didn't put the eggs in here. It didn't say add the eggs. I'm going to put the eggs. Yes. I think if you want it to be really white, you may not want to put the yolk, but it really doesn't matter to me. I usually just put the yolk in there. I think I got about 1 more minute. Okay, that's great. Let me show you the consistency. It's kind of, try not to make a mess, but it's kind of very water-like consistency. Okay, let me go ahead and pour this in the pan. You know, to make it easier to pour it in the pan, I'm going to pour it in here first. Let me get these mixtures out so they won't be dripping everywhere. The beaters. Not mixer, but the beaters. I'm going to put them over here. Okay, I'm just going to pour it in here so it can be easier to pour in the pan. I know I'm double pouring, but okay. Pour it in this pan. I have 2 pans, so I got to try to make it evenly. As even as possible. Okay, let me get my other pan. Okay, pouring it in the pan. Use the spatula to make sure I get all the goodness out. This one still look like it have less, so still some more in the bowl. So I'm gonna have to scrape that out. Okay, they look about even. I'll put a little bit more in this one. And the rest of this one again. This bowl is heavy. And for some reason, my mother used to bake cake. She just kind of go around or kind of with the pan. Don't know the reason, but my mother did, and I just copy and do it as well. That one now looks, the other one looks like it have more, but I'm going to scrape the bowl and get it all in here, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. Okay? So, hello YouTube fam. Okay, I'm back to show you how to make this poke cake. Gelatin or Jello poke cake. Okay, I let this cool down for at least 15 minutes or more. This is what my cake looks like. I have two because I'm making it in layer. You can make it just in a flat, just one pan. And you don't have to use two different colors if you don't want. You could just use one. But I'm using cherry and lime Jello. So that's what it looks like. It's a little bumpy, but it'll be good. No one would notice that. Okay. All right. So what you do is get a fork, which I have one right here. And what you do is you just punch holes in the cake. Just punch holes in the cake. So I'm going to do that. Okay. You get the gist. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Just a moment, please. Okay, YouTube fam, I have punched holes in the cake. It looks like that. I did for both cake, for both layers. So next we're going to make our Jello. Okay, you don't make it like you normally make your Jello. You know how you put 1 cup of hot water and 1 cup of cold water? You don't do that. You just use the hot water in it. So I'm going to get started. I have the cherry. Okay, cherry Jello. And I'm gonna pour it in my bowl here. Just like that. You know what, I forgot to bring a spoon. So, and then I'm gonna put half, because since I'm making 2 different layers, I just got 2 cups. So I'm gonna put 1 cup. Hopefully I can see it. Let me check. Okay, that's about 1 cup, as far as I can see. And I've got my spoon, so just a moment. Okay, I got my spoon, so I'm gonna go ahead and just stir the Jello up so it dissolves. That should be good enough. I stirred up the Jello, and here's what it looks like. I don't think you can see it, but just Jello. And so the next thing I'm gonna do is just pour it over the cake. Here's the cake. I'm just gonna pour the Jello. I don't really measure it. I just pour it, but you can measure it if you like, if you're more comfortable with that. And what it does is just seep down in those holes that I put in it earlier. Just go down in the hole, and you'll see the final effects of how it looks once I'm finished. Okay, I just make sure it's completely covered. Okay, it's covered. I'll show you what it looks like. See, just like that. And actually, I baked this cake I put it on 350 and baked it about, I believe I baked it about 25 minutes 20 to 25 minutes. Depends on the size cake pan you use. And I believe these are 9 inches. These are 9 inches cake pan. So, all right. And I'm going to do the same thing with the green one. Okay. Just a moment. All right. So, this is what my cakes look like. This is the green one. And this is the red one. And they're going to have to cool down in the refrigerator for about 3 hours, I'll say. Put it in the refrigerator. And then once it cools down, then the next step will be to put the Cool Whip. So I'll be back to show you that. And they say stir the Jello up for 2 minutes. So 2 minutes should be good. Okay? So, all right. So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Come back. And then I'll put the Cool Whip on it. And as simple as that. It should be ready. All right. Just a moment.